Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, a couple of scenarios playing out at the moment, and I think it's going to be clearer on the lower time frames. I think the first thing I want you to really pay attention to right now is this area that we are in right now. So, if you scroll to the left, you'll see a lot of uses support as resistance here. Sorry, they tried to use it as support here, then use it as resistance, use it as resistance again. Then we broke through, found support at it, missed that one, and then kind of broke through again. So the next logical move is use it as resistance for a move down. But this is the S&P 500, so that may not be logical at all. Oscillators pointing to the upside, sort of strong upward trend potential, but also when they start separating like this, I start getting worried. You can see what transpires when they start separating. They group together and then they roll. So, and then the other thing that they typically do is this kind of scenario here as well. Okay, so nothing to read into there at the moment, but we start getting down to the levels because this is where it really starts getting interesting. Right, so start with a 3 hour. We have that big level up there, and then we have this breakout of last week. So that was last week's high. We've broken through it. I want to see us come back onto it, test it, find support there, and then start moving the upside. Don't like the way the oscillators are looking, and I'm also, you'll notice the difference. The chart there is, this is it's a 220 EMA at the moment. Strategy is still pretty much the same, and we'll probably just switch back anyway. But I do often use that as well, just for my sanity, because the 200 is something which a lot of traders trade. So there's our first bit of structure. And it's a really good 5-minute scalping strategy, crossover strategy. Anyway, so structure still stays the same. You can see moving averages a lot clearer here. We're still in a downward trend. 155 is right here. Look just above us. There is structure. Okay, so that's the previous breakout, 45.22. Oscillators group the upside. Not an area you want to be long. Look at the 1 hour. So we have a double top on the oscillators, and then we have a retest, fairly clear entry here on the 155 pin bar, definitely an opportunity to jump in there, and it moved fairly swiftly to the upside. So for me, I'm looking for pullbacks here. So I'm looking for a pullback onto 44.55 or a little bit further down here at 44.43, or even a Fibonacci of this previous move, so 50% or 61.8 retracement into that area. You should see it line up with some structure, and then I'd be looking for a move to the upside. That's the first scenario. Second scenario is playing into the 8-hour time frame, and that is whether we can reject 45.22, or even reject 44.97, or should we say 4,500. If we reject 4,500, which is a big round number, then I would expect that to give us a move to the downside. Then we need to wait to see if we find support here. If we fail to find support here, then we should be looking for continuation to the downside. So on the higher time frames, trend is still down. You're looking for areas to sell off, and we're in that area at the moment. The only thing that I'm really sort of bullish on is this structure break here, so this big range breakout, but we haven't tested it, so I'd prefer to see us test it. So it wouldn't surprise me to see us reject this area, move down, find support down here, and then the bulls start really trying to get this thing going. Alternatively, the bulls are waiting much further down, and they're just lying, how to put it, they're just taking a scalp at the moment. So 50-50 call, to be honest. I don't see clear. There's no clear breaks on the higher time frames. Oscillators all indicating we are overbought. So proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. Proceed with caution. Could be a flag forming. I would be on the 15 minutes for anything today, and I did look at this yesterday during the open, but the minute we started gapping, I just left it alone. because that is an indication that we are going to come back and sort of find some support. 15-minute oscillators sort of did cross over and point down while we're going sideways, and now they've crossed over and pointing back up. So there is a bit of structure forming here, but I don't trust these big levels here. So 4,500 is a very big level, big round number, and it is something which in the past, if you look at this, is what we've been buying off, and we kind of rejected it there. So there's a lot of price action around there, and if you just look at those oscillators at the moment on the 8-hour, this is a big area. So we're going to have to get above it, come back, test it, build a base off there before I even start considering that. For me, this trend is down. That is the area we should be looking for rejections. If we get the rejections, probably another move into this range, this volatile range that we've had last week. Anyway, guys, I'm sit on hands. I'm really not interested in that. So we will wait and see. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.